Welcome back to Lecture 77. Our journey never ends. So, what do you think? The app is done. 32 coding sessions, each one building upon each other. And the app looks really good. And so we covered a lot of concepts. And how did you do with your challenges? Each of you should have already built your own app along building the music video app. And so I'd like to hear from you. I'd like to hear how that's going. And so please put some comments on the discussion boards. Let us know what you did. So let me tell you a little bit about this piece here, because I've been talking about this through the entire course, that this journey never ends. See, every single month I'll be putting out a new video, at least one video every month. And not only just ideas and things about building our app out, but talking about a lot of neat stuff that will be coming up, about new frameworks, new libraries, anything new that comes out with Apple. I mean, whatever you want, you're gonna tell me what you like, and I'm gonna get your feedback. But let me kind of show you a little bit what I have planned so far. All right, so okay, so this is what I have planned. First of all, Xcode Primer. I've been getting a lot of requests from a lot of students that would like to have a really good primer that really takes Xcode to the next level, gives them the basics, but also gives them a lot more tips and tricks. So I've decided that I was going to put an Xcode primer together. Also, you know how you create an Xcode project, and then all of a sudden you decide you want to rename your project. There's always little things about how do you rename your project thoroughly. Well, I'm going to have a video on that. And also design tips. This is really cool. I'm actually wrapping this one up right now. How do you take your design to next level? How do you learn? What do you do to make yourself stand out? So when you do put your app in the App Store, you'll get noticed. And so you're really going to like that one. Again, I have another one called Xcode Tips. It's different than the primer now. The Xcode Tips is a lot of neat little stuff that really makes things for you a lot easier. And I was going to try to throw a couple of them into this the regular course itself, but I just had so much stuff to go over. I didn't have time to put that in. So we're going to have that. Debugging, very important. Debugging memory with instruments, especially with allocation profile. There's tons of different profiles that you can do in instruments. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to work with memory leaks and CPU performance, and I'm going to show you how you cause a problem and walk you through how to solve it, and these are the things that really gonna make you step up, because this is what you would do on the job. Instruments is something very important, and a lot of people look at it as complicated. It really isn't. And once you start using it, and there's a lot to it, so I'm going to have quite a number of videos on using instruments to step it up more, and so you could, so when you build your apps and what you're doing, you could really help analyze and look at performance, and look if you have memory issues or memory leaks or retain cycles or whatever that might come up. You're going to be able to know how to do that. And another one is using iAds. Now, iAds is something where you need to use capabilities, and capabilities means you need to be a developer. You need to be a paid developer. So if you decide, when I have that when I have that lecture out there, again, you won't be able to do anything unless you are a paid developer through Apple. So just be aware of that. And also, introduction to stack views and auto layout. There's a lot to talk about there, and I've been thinking about some time of how I was going to present this information. And you see, our user interface is pretty straightforward. I mean, it really looks good, but it really wasn't that complicated, and we didn't have a lot of things to do with auto layout, and that is so important. And I really wanted to step that up, and I wanted to do it right. And you just couldn't throw it in a lecture or two. That's probably several lectures, and I even right now, I'm kind of thinking about how I was going to do that. And now with stack views, and everything, the plan is you're supposed to work with stack views first, and then use auto layout second. And being able to put those two together and present it to you in a really good way takes a little time. So I'm still working that out, but I plan on having a number of videos out there that really will take it to the next level and explain it to you in a way where nobody else does. And I think when you see that, I think you're going to like that. But I'm still working that out. And of course, the other thing is our app. where do we want to go with our app? What's the next step? I talked when we were doing the back end. I mentioned to you that there was a field that we had in our class that was for future use. Remember, there was a unique identifier for an artist, and I said to you that we're going to be using that later. Now, one of the things that I have planned, and I'm going to introduce this to you shortly, but right now I want to see how everything goes with what you're doing now, and I want to get your feedback, because based upon what you decide, I'll be sending out surveys, I'll be asking you questions, you'll be asking me things, and based on that, some of these might be shuffled around, some priorities might change, I might add a lot more stuff. This is what I have tentatively so far, but it's endless. It's what you want that's important. And but getting back to this unique identifier, one of the things I was thinking about was there's an API search for iTunes, another API that we can use. And when you're in your music video and you're scrolling up on the table list and you got your top 200 or whatever amount of music videos you decided to have on your table view, and you select the music video and you play the video and you have an artist. And I said, what if I have another button there that could say, I want to go out now and look at all the videos that are in the iTunes store for that artist. Dive deeper, take it to the next level. Let's expand the app. And that's why I put that unique identifier from, into our class to use for future use. So I'll be talking a lot more about this API, this iTunes search, and how we're going to go forward with that, and when I'm going to do all that, and so I'll get back to you shortly on that. And also, what do you want to see? Where do you want the app to go? I'm very interested in hearing that, because really you are going to decide what we do and how it goes. And I mean, we're a team. I'm going to learn from you just like you're learning from me. It's collaborative and it's fun, and again, our journey never ends. So that's really, really exciting. And another thing is, which I said this earlier, and I'll say it again. Anytime Apple updates their, to iOS 10, or every time they add new features or new, whatever they do, this will always be updated, this course, to reflect it. When Xcode changes or a Swift 2.1 go, because I know right now Swift is in it's open sourced, and there's a lot of there's a lot of things going on with the Swift 3.0. They're getting a lot of feedback from the community, and as a matter of fact, I was going to talk a little bit more about how to join that community and how to be part of that, to be part of the decision making, because you can contribute now to the development of Swift. But I felt there was a lot of out of scope right now with what we're doing, because the focus was to build this app. I mean, we had a lot of coding sessions and covered a lot of concepts, and this wasn't just an average normal course. This was a course that involved, and every lecture built upon itself, and I really threw a lot of stuff at you. So but the point I was trying to get is that you're never going to have to worry about buying another course from me regarding this. I mean, this will always be updated. And if there's a couple of let's say we were using certain frameworks, and now these frameworks, let's say in the future, no longer, they came up with something new, or Apple comes up with a new way to do a search, or they change the way we do things with mail, I'm going to reshoot those videos, and I'm going to replace what we have. So this will always run on the latest version of Xcode. It will always work on the latest version of the operating system. And every time something new comes out, we're going to add it to the bonus section. I mean, obviously, there's so much I can do at a certain period of time, but you'll help me with that. But the point is, you can be assured that you have this course for life. Every month there'll be something new. And I'm looking forward to it, because I'm going to learn. I'm excited because I don't know where it's going to go, and I know I'm going to learn a lot from you guys, from everyone out there. I'm going to learn a lot from you. So I'm very excited about that. So I hope that you really enjoyed this course so far, and if you did, I really appreciate if you could give me any feedback. If you want to give me write a review up, if assuming you really like it, because it means a lot to me. And again, one of the things I wanted to bring up again is I want all my students to collaborate with each other, and I talked a lot about source control and GitHub and remote repository, and we can work together as teams. So that's really a key. That's why I spent a lot of time in that, because we did a lot. That's what they do in a real work environment, and that's going to help us when we work together. When you have problems and you assign me as a collaborator in GitHub, I can look at your code I can help you. And other students could work together and team up and do things together. I mean, it's endless what we can do. Let's change the way these courses are taught now. I mean, I want to do something totally that nobody has done before. A course that's out there that's interactive and constantly changing and constantly evolving. I mean, that's what Apple does with their documentation and their rules, right? They evolve, they change every day. This is what this course is going to be. It's going to evolve, and it's going to get better and better and better. So in that case, thank you so far for taking this journey with me, and I look forward to our next chapter, going forward in building the app out and going through all the new stuff that we're going to do together. And so I will see you on the next lecture.